Good morning. So I wanted to speak really quick about last night's debate. I don't know why we expect to see something different. I mean, we see, especially somebody my age, watching debates back to the 80s, 90s, how it's become nothing but a circus. It's a circus. It's not even, they don't even speak of policies. So anyway, I was very disappointed in the debate last night. I didn't watch all of it because it was so sickening. I actually at one point felt like my stomach. I just felt sick. I'm like, this is unbelievable. This is what we have left in this country. This is what we have to pick from. I'm not going to tell anybody who to vote for. Obviously, a lot of you know that I've supported President Trump, but I'm not going to tell anybody who to vote for. Or as Christians, I'm not even going to tell you if you should or shouldn't vote, because I know a lot of Christians like myself are caught in a dilemma. Who do we vote for, or do we vote at all? We know, we say, it's choosing the lesser of two evils. And I was debating with a friend of mine who's a Christian, and I was like, why should I have to choose evil at all? Why should I even have to vote? It's choosing evil is evil. But she reminded me, she gave me a lot of good scripture verses and reminded me of why I should vote. And, I'm still on the fence if I'm going to vote. I'm leaning towards yes, which I probably will. But anyway, last night's debate didn't clarify anything. It just made it worse. I was very disappointed. And like I said, I'm not telling you guys who to vote for. You vote for whoever you want. But I was very disappointed from the onset because the moderators, who I want to talk about, just for a second in a bit, the moderators, they asked Vice President Harris a question. Oh, and the question it was, and I'm paraphrasing here, was about the economy. Americans are complaining or saying they're suffering, that life is getting hard for them, but the economy is tough. The price of everything has increased and this and that. So they asked for that. She did not even answer the question. She just completely dodged the question and turned it around and made a word salad, as they say she does. And so me being a Trump supporter, I'm like, wow, this is a perfect opportunity for him to just destroy her from the first question. And so when they asked him the same question, they said, what do you say? He didn't even address it either. He went on to talk about the border and the illegals, which is a problem in itself, but that wasn't the question. And I was upset, and I said to my wife, he's so foolish. He had such an opportunity. And I said to her, I would have said, here's what I would have said if I was President Trump. I would have said to the American people, the vice president failed to answer the question that the moderator asked. But I'm gonna answer it for you. The economy is bad, and nobody knows better than you. You who are out there every day paying for your food that you can barely afford, paying for fuel, struggling to pay your rent, struggling to pay your medical bills. You're struggling. You're the one living this. So I'm not going to tell you that you're not. You are the one living this. So I'm answering it for you right now. I'm telling you that, yes, based on what I hear out there, when I'm out on the road, when I'm out on my campaign trail, I hear people complaining about these things. So I will answer the question that she failed to answer. Yes, you guys are suffering, and I'm going to help you guys get through this. So that was one of the things. The other thing is, we get so fixated on the history, and I was talking to a friend last night about this. We get so fixated on the history of the past of these two candidates. Well, he did this that was shady, and she did this that was shady. Guys, we're not going to get a perfect candidate. And we know that now with the advent of the internet, it's so easily to look at somebody's history for the last 20 years, for their whole life. Back in the day, in the 80s and 90s, before the internet, you couldn't do it. It wasn't easy to do that. So you just had to go but what you saw, but what the person was telling you. But now you have access to research everything on every single person. And so that's the thing. And then the other thing is, because it's become nothing but a mudslinging competition. I mean, we saw it happening in 2016 with Hillary and Trump, and it's become nasty. But it's also become a mudslinging competition among you people, among people out there, among, just the general population. I see it on social media. I see people who support the Democratic candidate. I see people who support the Republican candidate, and nothing but mudslinging back and forth. And it really saddens me that, it's gotten to that point where I almost lost a friend last night because of getting into arguments over two clowns that are on the stage. And I said, no, this is not happening. 2016, I lost a lot of good friends because our different political stances. I said to my friend, this is not happening. I'm not doing this right now. I'm not losing you because there's two fools that are on the stage. And then the other thing is that I want to talk about is the moderators. What is a moderator? A moderator is just there to moderate the event, to pose the questions, ask the questions, and control, to a certain extent, the event. I'm not saying, well, I am saying because that's what I saw. It's very unfair that these moderators were answering or rebutting President Trump's responses. I'll give you, for example, when he talked about how illegals are killing animals and people's pets and eating them. And they are. They are. Just go look on YouTube. Just go look on X. Just look it up and you'll see people who are posting how their family pets were killed and eaten by illegals. And there's pictures of them walking around with ducks, geese in their hands as they're going to go to eat them. Just watch it. So anyway, so that when President Trump said that, the moderator said, well, that's not documented. That's not true. That's not up to him. That's for her, Kamala Harris, to sit and debate it. That's called a debate. But these moderators kept interjecting and whatever he was saying, and they kept like trying to, correct him. No. That's her job to try to correct them. You're just to ask a question. You're to say, Vice President Harris, what do you have to say to what President Trump said? That's it. Not all this and that. No. And it's never changed. And I said to my wife, I don't know why Trump and his people continue to agree to go on debates with, with nothing but liberal moderators. You know what you're going to get. I mean, so anyway, and again, I'm not telling you who to vote for. You vote for whoever you want. And the other thing is policies. Nobody talked about policies. Nobody talked about what they're going to do. All it is mudslinging. All it is bashing each other. Both of them said, yes, they acknowledged we have this problem, we have that problem, we need to fix this, we need to fix that. But none of them presented any specific policy how they used to in the past. Presidential candidate would tell you, this is my 5-point plan, boom, 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 and lay them out and tell you what they're going to do to change it. It hasn't become that anymore in politics. It's just become mudslinging, and they don't have no policies, or they don't put forth any policies that you can say, oh, wow, I like what he's talking about and what he's going to do. I worked at a job once before as a manager, and I used to go to my boss sometime, and I used to say, listen, I have this problem. He said, wait a minute, wait. I'm going to stop you right there. I don't want to hear the problem. I want to hear the solution. Come back to me when you have the solution. Then you can tell me, listen, I had this problem and this is the solution I'm going to have. I don't want to be here to solve your problems. You're the one that's supposed to solve it. These presidential candidates, they're supposed to want to solve the problems that we have in this country. Not just come and tell us these are the problems. Okay, these are the problems. What are you going to do about it? As my boss used to say to me, don't come to me with your problems. Come to me with the solutions to the problem. So anyway, I want to end with this. The last thing is, I feel that there's no need for more debates. People are talking about, is there going to be another debate? Are they going to debate it? There's no need for another debate, because all it's going to be is just another circus, another clown show like it was last night and like it's been for the last 8-10 years. It's been nothing but a circus with these debates. And I truly believe that everybody is already set on who they're going to vote for. You probably have maybe 0.5% of the voting population that don't know, are still on the fence. But there's nothing that any conservative can do to change a liberal's mind. Guarantee you. There's nothing a liberal can do to change a conservative's mind. Okay? And the independents who were for RFK, I believe the majority of them have jumped onto Trump's camp because RFK is supporting him. So I really believe that there's really no, what are you fighting for? What are you going to debate for? What are you going to spend millions and millions and millions of dollars for to gain just a couple of votes? People say, yeah, a couple of votes probably make the difference. Yeah, but at the end of the day, you're not going to sway anybody, okay? And being a Christian, I've told a couple of my friends that when you're going to present the scriptures, when you're going to present Jesus, the gospel, to people, you just present it to them, and that's it. You don't sit there bashing it over their head, trying to hammer it into them until they accept. Because I believe that many people are at the point where they've decided this is what I believe in, and this is what I'm going to do, and there's nothing anybody or anything can do to change my mind. This is who I am. People become just stubborn and said, nope, I'm not going to change my mind on anything. And I believe that's the majority of the population is. Same thing with the politics. I believe that the majority of people, a huge majority, already decided who they're going to vote for or what they're going to do. I'm going to link a video here that I highly suggest you watch. It's a pastor, Gary Hamrick from Leesburg, Virginia. I believe he's Cornerstone Chapel, and he's a real good pastor. And he always does an election day sermon. He did it this past Sunday, and it was very powerful. And if you're a Christian and you're still undecided what you're gonna do, just listen to Pastor Gary, his message. He doesn't tell people who to vote for. He doesn't. Obviously, you can tell based on his message who he leans towards, but he doesn't tell you. But he does tell you to use godly discernment, godly wisdom when you're going to vote. And he does believe that every Christian should vote. So anyway, I'm going to link that here. And if you get a chance, watch it. And this is the last I'm going to speak about politics. This is the last. I don't usually do it on my videos anyway, but I'm talking about like politics in general with anybody. I'm going to vote in November, and that's it. I'm not going to say anything from now to then as to who's doing what right, who's doing what wrong, who said what. I don't care anymore. I'm done with with the circus, okay? I'm an adult. I don't like circuses anymore. So anyway, I just pray that the Lord gives you discernment, that you pray before you go vote, and however the Lord leads you, you do what you feel you need to do. God bless you.